As well for Gerwyn Price. He's earned in prize money a shade over 473 grand since the start of September. But as you say, no doubt about it, one of the best three in the world right now.
90.
Number 3 seed here this weekend as well, by virtue of his position on the Pro Tour Order of Merit. And one or two fans more than happy still to
57.
have him down as this pantomime villain, which is getting a little bit tiresome now, but there you go. That's just part and parcel of it.
85,
But
thank
you mentioned
you.
that thrilling final last Sunday, the 8-7 defeat of Michael van Gerwen in Players' Championship 6, having lost out to Peter Wright the day before in that,
81.
well, the final that produced all those stellar numbers.
Yeah, incredible weekend of action. I don't know how many of these idiots are whistling, but they are idiots. What are we waiting for? Are we going to have a word? Or are we just checking the scores? What's going on? Yeah, no, we're just checking the scores. 3-2-6. That's all. Okay, we're all happy with that.
96.
Well, I'm hoping, George Nobles already had a word, I'm hoping whoever is whistling gets caught and turfed out, because it is really annoying. And you've come here to watch the best 3 players in the world play back to back to back, so give them the best chance of playing well.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's quite isolated as well, which makes it even worse, I suppose. George is going to keep a very close ear on things. Plaisier looking at 164, which ain't going to go now.
78.
Well, Plaisier has left himself a 2-darter.
85.
Price is right there waiting to strike if he gets the chance.
Yeah, single 5 with the first dart again though, but double 16 here for Plaisier for the opening leg of the match.
54.
He's just off target with both of those.
Gerwyn, you require 93.
Similar margins actually for the pair. That would have left double 10.
53.
Had he found his way through to treble 18. So
32.
Plaisier returns looking at double 16 once more. 2 darts have come and gone at this particular target. That's way inside. So double 8. That's way outside, so he'll have to regroup and recalibrate slightly.
16.
And there was a slight touch.
Gerwyn, you require 40.
Plaisier is going to have to make the most of these opportunities if he's to stand any chance of forcing the hand of Gerwyn Price in this one. And it's the Welshman who draws first blood. It's an early break of throw, and the number 3 seed leads by 1 leg to 0.
If the Grand Slam champion is being allowed to win legs in 20 darts,
131.
then it doesn't bode well for the Dutchman. He had an interesting contest with Benjamin Praetnamer, which he looked like he was dominating, and then the Slovenian came back at him and looked like he might nick
96.
it. Wesley got the job done in a last leg decider.
Yeah, he's been busy, has Plaisier, lately. He had 5 matches in qualifying in the associate member qualifier on Thursday night. And as you say, that win over Praetnamer yesterday, he averaged in the 80s in all 6 matches so far. And if he maintains that sort of level, I don't think it will be anywhere near good enough against a man who recently averaged 109 in that final against Peter Wright, as we said. Gerwyn Price 5th in the average list on the Pro Tour so far this year.
Yeah, 5th in the averages list, but what you've got to look at is
how deep he's going as well.
Yeah, and that's the key thing. He is going very, very deep. 1-1, couple of finals. Didn't play in one of the events either, so...
57.
Yeah, so 5 tournaments he's played, and he's reached 3 finals, winning one of them. That's a pretty good return for Gerwyn Price, or for anybody for that matter.
Double 10.
7.
This is outside. So Wesley's allowed back, 1 treble required. Should start at the 19s here. That's the clever way to start, because if you miss either side, you've still got a shot. Oh, well, that's even better. Now what do you want? 18? Now double 16. Down, then up, then down again. And it is an awkward
91.
one when you're making those transitions, the
Gerwyn,
full
you
length of the
require
board.
20.
But
Dancing all over the board, wasn't he? And yeah, there's a lot of movement there. There's a lot of repositioning. Gerwyn Price has moved right over to the left-hand side of the hockey,
It's
and
on the
to
second
good
leg,
effect as well.
Gerwyn
2-0,
Price.
and no problem so
Wesley
far for the Welshman.
Plaisier. Game on.
35 next week, Gerwyn Price.
is he having a party?
45.
Banter Castle, jelly and ice cream?
I'd like to think so.
I hope so.
46.
He certainly could be celebrating next week because he could well be top of the Premier League.
Yeah, you mentioned being unbeaten. He's drawn 3, as you say, but I don't think there's anything wrong with that, because
42.
when it's only 2 points for a win, it's not as if you're giving your opponents or rivals, you know, a big march. And in all 3 of those draws, he's come back from 6-5 down as well. So that tells you
97.
something else about the way that Gerwyn Price just battles for everything that's on offer right now.
Yeah, he only missed out narrowly on the playoffs at the O2 last year, and it was because he drew too many
96.
games, and games he had darts to win and didn't take. But 3 draws in the first 3 games wasn't ideal. But as I say, there's only one person who is yet to lose a match in the Premier League, and that's got to be a psychological benefit. He'll be taking on Glen Durrant in Exeter, and then gearing up for the UK Open, a tournament where he's
96.
made the final before. He wasn't far off making the final again last year. Fabulous semi-final game he's involved in, just losing out to the
82.
eventual winner, the Asp.
He's a bit like the Juventus team of the early 2000s. They drew 5 of their Champions League group games and went through. I mean, nothing wrong with that. It's just good defence.
I mean, I would not suggest
52.
that Gerwyn Price
Gerwyn, you
employs any
require
sort of...
136.
He's not like Dart's version of Catenaccio, is he? I mean, it's aggression. It's not a defensive style that Gezi has.
96. Boys, you require
Leaves himself on
170.
tops, and that is a double that we see him attack successfully on a regular basis. Wesley Plaisier is... It's just not enough in the opening 3 legs of this game.
97. Gerwyn, you require 40.
Yeah, so tops for Gerwyn Price for a second break
It's
of
on the
throw,
third
no
leg,
bother
Gerwyn Price.
whatsoever. I mentioned his prize
Full
money
flag,
since
Gerwyn to throw
the start of
first.
September. That was
Game on.
I mentioned that particular time bracket because it was very much similar to his finale to 2018 as well. He had a really good
140.
end to 2018. An even better end to 2019 as well. He had that success in Riesa once again. That was the springboard for his run to the European Championship final.
125.
And of course there was everything else that went with it, because he had the run to the semi-finals of the Champions League. He retained the Grand Slam as well. He made the final of the Players' Championship finals
140.
and a semi-finalist at the World Championship, where the odds on Gerwyn Price winning the world title slashed from about 20 to 1 to about 5 to 1 in very quick time.
59.
Anybody who got on him at the start of November was doing really well, or did really well. It was still a value bet.
Oh, lovely stuff. But he's not played particularly well so far in this game, Gerwyn Price. But 3.5 legs in now, he's on an 11 darter. If this goes single 1 double
Gerwyn,
top,
you require 41.
he might just pile in another couple of 12 darters and finish it off. Follow it. Oh,
1.
lined it up next to it. Well, the winner of this faces either Dimitri Vandenberg, the Belgian number 1, or Jamie Hughes, the winner on the Euro Tour
Gerwyn,
last
you
year in the
require
Czech
40.
Republic.
Yes, indeed he was.
He's on a full flag.
4-0 Gerwyn Price. This is looking like a bit of a procession for him. The whistling has stopped. It's purely
Fifth leg,
futile.
Wesley to throw.
Well, I mean, they were doing
first.
it for Gerwyn
Game
and
on.
Wesley. It's just, A, it's boring, B, it's counterproductive, and C, I mean, I just hope that somebody shops them to one of the security and they get
95.
turfed out and they miss out on the rest of the evening, because they've got some incredible stuff to watch tonight.
Yep. Peter Wright, the world champion, is on the way very shortly.
57.
Michael van Gerwen, the world number 1, against Mike de Decker. We've got a couple more Belgians, Huybrechts and Vandenberg. And of course we round off with a big one, Johnny
28.
Clayton against Steve West. Johnny Clayton inflicting a rare defeat on Van Gerwen in the Masters earlier this year.
58.
Yeah, the top 2 from Wales in action. Gezi, the number 1, of course. The Ferret, the number 2. On the day before St David's Day, And also the day that we learned the sad death of Kerry Morgan, a three-time BDO World Championship quarter-finalist. So, nice to at least acknowledge a man who,
44.
a forefather of Welsh darts, Kerry Morgan.
42.
I thought Gerwyn might just wrap this up in quick order, and it's not quite gone according to plan. However,
140.
that gets him right back in this leg. And Wesley Plaisier, who when he was on top in the game against Prachtnamer in the opening round, he had a bit of a swagger, a bit of aggression about him. Not seen any of that here, because he hasn't been playing well enough to justify it. It's a bit hangdog.
Yeah, this is Plaisier's 4th European Tour appearance. He made his debut in Leverkusen at the start of 2019. Lost to James Wade in round 2 that night.
145.
Couple of first-round defeats. Further down the road last year as well. Missed out on a tour card at European Q School once again this year, just as he did at the start of 2019.
Okay, well, Shanghai 19s was the attempted check out there from Plaisier.
98. Gerwyn, you require 57.
Does leave himself on double 8, but it might not matter, because 2 at double top is usually enough for Price.
He's on a 5th leg. Gerwyn
Further
Price.
vindication of what you've just said, Dan.
6th leg. Gerwyn
Well,
to the row
that's all this has been, I'm
Gerwyn.
afraid. It's been enough from Gerwyn Price. When you're 5-0 up, all right, your average might only be 90, but I think if you're 5-0 up, who cares? Go and tell Steve West that he won with an average below 80 yesterday. It doesn't matter. He won 6-0.
Yeah.
134.
Maybe finishing with a flourish.
139.
It does look like this is going to finish, and it's going to finish very, very soon. It would have been the biggest win of Wesley Plaisier's life. I'm pretty sure of that, but
55.
He's not really threatened from the very first leg where he allowed Gerwyn to break in 20 darts. You did get the feeling that something like this might happen.
75.
Yeah. Well, I thought that was shielding his eyes, but he was just mopping his brow more than anything there. 4 seeded casualties in the afternoon session today, and it looks as though we'll have 2 seeds from 2 going through in the early stages of the evening session.
Yeah, some big name
58.
seeds as well. Glenn Durrant, number 8. Ian White, the number 2 seed. And then Joe Cullen and Jermaine Watamena, both falling in
100.
their opening matches. That's when the seeds enter the fray on the Euro Tour course. Same structure pretty much for the Euro Tour this year. Some tweaks to qualifying, but ultimately it's still 48 players with the 16 seeds entering in round 2 on the Saturday.
100.
And that gets
Gerwyn,
Wesley to
you
a finish,
require
but
90.
this might be done and dusted. Double top and 2 at tops is usually enough for Gerwyn Price.
50.
But not on this occasion.
Wesley
He'll
require
be hopeful of
154.
returning, unless Plaisier can take out this 154. Well, that's the first part. That's the second part of them. Tops for a 154, and out of the blue,
Wesley Plaisier.
Wesley Plaisier with one of the checkouts of the weekend so far. Now, not a bigger checkout as Nathan Aspinall and his 167 that we saw just a few minutes ago, but in the context of this match, when Gerwyn Price was just motoring serenely towards a place in round 3, leading 5-0 as he did,
I'm
Stan Dawson's just about picked himself up off the floor, and it's 5-1.
Well, I don't think it'll be as significant as the 167 for Nathan Aspinall either, but it was certainly welcome. And Wesley's avoided the whitewash, and I'm sure he'll be feeling a lot happier about things right now. Who knows? Maybe he can hold his throw here. That's 5-2. Have a real
42.
go at Gerwyn Price again.
I'd also put Damon Hetter's 134 in there as well early on the 2 treble 17s.
140.
You know, one of those, it didn't really make a great deal of difference, but it was just a nice little parting shot for the tournament.
It's always nice to see
100.
excellence on stage. We haven't seen enough of it from Wesley, but that was certainly top dollar.
Gerwyn just looked a little bit inconvenienced by that, as if to say,
95.
Well, he gave him the fist bump.
who knows what that might lead to.
Well, stranger things have happened. I'm struggling to remember what
49.
stranger things have happened.
I'm thinking of the Darren Johnson-James Wade match
that
a
was
few years ago. When
was that a 6?
that was a
Yeah,
5.
5-1 to 6-5. I think it might
Yeah.
have been 5.
97. Wesley require
maybe
170.
But at least, Darren Johnson's a veteran with many years' experience and played loads of stuff. I mean, Wesley Plaisier, he's only ever won 2 games on the Euro Tour before.
Surely not.
Oh, he quite fancied it, didn't he?
Yeah, nice smile from the support crew.
105.
Well, he set himself
Gerwyn,
up, he's in the
require
frame,
110.
but Gerwyn Price looking at 110 for a 6-1 win.
Could stay there. Stay there for double 15. No, he moved over to the 18s. Didn't fancy it that much as a
86.
guide. Does tidy
Wesley
things
require
up. But
65.
could be 5-2 here. 2 at tops.
Now, if this was Gerwyn Price, you'd fancy this.
Quite fancy this. Oh, not to be.
Gerwyn,
And I think the
require
Plaisier family
24.
know what the result will be. And Gerwyn Price does wrap it up. It was a fabulous one.